We present our work on investigating document layout and placement strategies in augmented reality for collaborative sensemaking. Sensemaking and brainstorming are essential activities in many domains. Currently, people rely on paper such as sticky notes for brainstorming, or traditional 2D interface to organize images into folders for sensemaking. We envision that augmented reality can upgrade such a workflow by largely extending the display area while keeping users aware of their collaborators and surroundings. To better understand how the physical surroundings might affect virtual content placement for collaborative sensemaking, we design a user study with 8 participants as 4 teams. We compare 2 different room settings, a fully furnished room versus a less furnished room for a collaborative image categorization task. Moreover, we are interested in the content placement, spatiality and layout. In the training session, participants got familiar with the 2 interaction techniques for the study. By using raycasting, participants can move, rotate or resize objects which are out of reach. In contrast, participants can direct manipulate by hand when objects are near them. In our preliminary study, teams were asked to perform a card sorting task on 50 images of cars or fruits within 20 minutes in an augmented reality room. Teams were asked to freely group and cluster these images and they should come up with as many categories as possible. On the upper row you see teams were categorizing images in the fully furnished condition. On the bottom row, we demonstrate 2 teams were working in the less furnished condition. Both room conditions and datasets were counterbalanced and each team finished both sessions. Based on our analysis, we identify 3 different spatial layout patterns. In the panoramic-strip pattern, the image is mainly placed horizontally as a semicircle, as participant at the center. The distribution of clusters is partly far apart as large gaps between individual clusters can be found. In the semi-cylindrical pattern, the images are mainly arranged by using both horizontally and vertically axes. For instance, Team 2 used the space from the floor to the top to form a semi-cylindrical structure without considering the space of the side table and the orange wall. In the furniture-based distribution pattern, the images are mostly arranged in several separated clusters and subclusters based on the real-world furniture. For instance, above or below the tables, or using the whiteboard, or the cabinet. In addition to the spatial layout, we also observed spatial placement patterns, where teams use the physical environment for placing their content. For example, teams tend to use vertical planes such as the door area, orange wall and the whiteboard as a continuous surface for placing a cluster. Participants also use the furniture for their placement, mainly the cabinet and the 2 side tables in the room. To our surprise, some teams used unexpected places, such as the stone column as a natural cluster separator and the free gaps between the 2 tables as an imaginary container. We also observed the usage of a temporary storage space, like the whiteboard area, or the room center, during the collaborative categorization task. For more detail, please refer to our paper.